you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, how can I get started? Whatever venture I'm trying to work on. I feel like a lot of people have this idea that maybe I'm starting too late, and maybe it's too late for me to get rich or get successful. You don't have to get rich to be successful. A lot of people's definitions of success is different from person to person. Someone who owns a farm and works a 9 to 5 and has a loving wife might think that they're successful. For them, they're successful, and I completely agree, because my version of success is different from your version of success, and it's never too late. I mean, for us, for this nowadays, I feel like people nowadays want to become richer as soon as possible, but I feel like that's probably the worst thing you can do. I mean, obviously, I'm not rich. I work a 9 to 5 at the age of 19. I feel like it's probably a good thing that I'm working a 9 to 5, because once I get to that point in my life where I make enough money, I won't regret a single thing, because working at 9 to 5 will make me appreciate having the. I know that a lot of young millionaires probably make all that money and then spend it all, and then by the time they're 30, they're going to be so bored because they have nothing else to do. And I feel like it is never too late to get started on anything that you want to work on. I mean, how do you even overcome this fear? That's a good question. I think the best way to overcome is ask, like, what's the cost of not starting? I feel like a lot of people have regrets, and regrets do hurt. And you should never have to regret anything in your life, because a lots of regrets actually are more like lessons to be learned. Because if you make a mistake, let's say maybe you don't know how to cook after your parents taught you many times of how to cook a certain recipe, it's okay to forget. If your parents passed away and you can't learn how to make the recipe that you always wanted to make for a certain food, I understand it's like you will regret, but you can't let that take over your mindset, because it's not going to help you in the long run. I feel like there's so many things that people really, it's all a mental game at this point. It's all a mental game, and it's not easy. It's not easy for sure. I mean, I'm 19. I have no way to prove to you that I've gone through hardship, but it's just a general type of thing that you need to hear. It's not easy. I don't think there's actually ever genuinely a point that it's too late. It doesn't make any sense. I would love to be 50 and still making millions of dollars. If I make my first million at 50, I'll be happy, because I have learned how to make my first million. Or I feel like a lot of people like to say that their progress is very slow and they want to ramp it up. That's kind of the name of the game here, because every small step will get you to 100%. 1% every day will end up like compounding. And a lot of people like to say, like, it's like compound interest. That every 1% will add up. I feel like if you go to the gym every day, I feel like that's the number one thing. I mean, I'm doing that right now. I just started, and I feel like I won't be able to regret 10 years from now, because staying in shape helps a lot. It's not easy to stay motivated when progress is slow, and I understand that. Everyone wants to see the instant results. Everyone wants to post a video and see 1 million views on their first video. I mean, if it was that easy, then there's no value in it, and things that have value are hard to get, which is why people like to value having a six-pack, for example, because people work so hard to really focus on their diet, focus on training, focus on not trying to eat the crap that the government's trying to push on us, all this fast food. I mean, we need to really realize, like, why $1 million is valuable. Having a family is valuable. Why, staying healthy is very valuable. It's not easy to get. I feel like a lot of people also like to plan out every single move that they make, and I think that is the downfall of them, because if you take the time to plan every move, you're never going to make the move, because a lot of people will plan every single step, but the hardest thing to do is make the first step. And I think you guys should at least not worry about planning out every single move, because as you walk along this path to greatness or whatever success you want to be in, I feel like you should to like make your decisions on the spot every time. But making your first decision, first step isn't easy, but I know that once you guys start getting the ball rolling, it'll turn into basically a snowball effect, where you'll not regret that you have started said business or whatever you want to start. I mean, this could apply to anything: business, your health, maybe a project that you want to work on. I would say it's never too late to start. I mean, obviously, okay, we have to get around the BS here. okay, if you're at 90 years old and you're trying to make yourself healthy again, I feel like obviously we have to look at the reality and say that, okay, that's not gonna let's look at where we're at right now. I bet you most of my viewers here are probably around the age of 18, maybe 20s, 30s, maybe 40s, who knows. Anyone can watch these videos. So whatever the stage you guys are on, I feel like you guys do have a chance to keep on moving forward. And that's the whole goal in life. You know, we need to build each other up. We need to build a community. We need to build a family, not care what other people think, and walk your own path. If you have a buddy that's walking the path with you, then that's even better, because it's never too easy. And I know the struggles, and I do respect people who work so hard on themselves, because it's not easy, and I work hard on myself too. So I do like to see people around me working hard on themselves, and I just dislike people who are negative and want to give up all the time. That's not easy. The main goal of my story here is to push you guys to do whatever you guys want to do. Start the project you want to start the business you want to start, maybe start the family you want to start if you have all that type of success. But you guys need to really just put the foot forward and just do what you need to do. All right, guys, we'll see you guys later.